Hello. Welcome back to Wandersong. It's been a long while. I lost the data and had to replay up to chapter 5 again, but here we are. Hey, stranger. What do you think you're doing here? Hi? We want to stay here? Well, you can't. All the rooms are taken. Except for one. And that one is haunted. What? Really? Normally, I'd be completely kidding. But right now, I'm not. Hey, Glan. Can't you sing to ghosts or whatever? Yeah, I can. Really? Normally, we'd be completely kidding. Except we never are because we're an actual walking joke. Well, if you're willing to brave it, it's the very last door upstairs. Just be careful. It's a mean ghost. Alright, you know what, guys? I forgot to do one thing. I have to go grab some liquid to hydrate my throat. I will be right back. I'm back. Just 1 second. Oh, my headphones, they fell on the floor. Oh, jeez, what? Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Gotta remember to get a drink before I start next time. Okay. Why is everyone staring at us? Don't try anything funny. It's the last door up in the hall upstairs. I don't like this place. I mean, yes I do. We're still staying here. He doesn't want to talk? Doesn't want to talk? Doesn't want to talk? Now, just because I think we got past like 5 or 10 minutes into chapter 5 last time. But, obviously I lost the recording, I lost the save data, so we just kind of have to go through it again. I just got up to the current chapter we were on before I lost the save data, and figured we'd start from the beginning, because we didn't make much progress. Oh, it's locked. Haha, I guess she forgot to give me the key. I'll just go back for it. That is a long hallway, my man. A ghost. She wiggling. Alright, time to music. Alright, gotta follow her. Orange. It's hard because some of the colors are basically the same. Did we get her? I think we got her. Alright, we just gotta redirect him back at her, I guess. Up. Right. Another round. What else you got, Ghost? I think we beat her this time. Just remember, guys, if you're dealing with a ghost, you just gotta sing to it. Minstrel, your voice, can you lend it to me? Deliver this to Ruel's king. End this war. Beat it in its face, but Sinlassa, the whole joke of this game is that he can't ever fight. He has to defeat everyone with the power of singing. It's literally the running gag. Yeah, as a recap on the story so far, you're playing as the Bard, who is designated not the hero chosen by the god of the world, which is going to end soon. But regardless, he is still going to try and collect 9 pieces of a magic song that might save the world. Otherwise, the hero chosen by the god will destroy the world. So, I didn't sing in its face. I did. I did, in fact, do that. Stranger! Miriam? Miriam! I'm awake! I'm awake. Sheesh. The spirit. Is it really gone? Yep. Maybe we were all wrong about you. We thought you were from over the border. Huh? You must really be a stranger to these fights, hey? You know, as somebody who has lived in places that are on the border of the United States and Mexico, and as someone who is Mexican, I have to say I have not experienced nearly as much of like the jokes about the border as like a lot of other people. It's kind of surprising to me because I was just led to believe that was very commonplace. I don't know, I didn't really experience that much of it growing up. Anyway, that's completely unrelated. We sure are. Well, let me make things simple for you. Around here, there are 2 big kingdoms. Ruel, that's us, in the east, and Chandesh in the west. We've been at war for generations. Why? A great many reasons, traveler. Their assaults on us are never ending. Even this very forest. It once was lush with trees and flowers, but the Chandesh burned it down. They have no regard for nature. We're in no man's land on this border here. So we always gotta keep watch for spies. That ghost you chased off, she was Chandesh too. She gave me a message for the King of Ruel. A message for our king from Chandesh? That can't be any good. What's the message? I don't know. But she said it would end the war. I can feel it waiting in me. I think we should deliver it. Why does this crap always happen to us? Wow. I said great! Let's go deliver this ghost message to the king. Yeah! I appreciate the favor you did me in my inn, stranger, so I won't stop you. But I will say, be careful with a message like that. It's probably hard to understand because you ain't from here, but anything from Chandesh, we've learned not to trust. What? But she seemed so nice. I mean, she was all haunty and scary, and she attacked me with rainbow ghost balls. But after that, she was nice. I'm sure it's fine. Good luck on your journey, stranger. It's a bit ugly out here, but past the wall, it's real nice. Especially if you make it to the capital, Jiaxian. Ruel's a beautiful place when it's not a burned mess. A lot of dangerous types come through here. I inherited this place from my folks, but the area is no good anymore. Why they bothered to rebuild after the fire is beyond me. But for those sorry few out here, it's their only refuge. Apologies if I made you nervous earlier. I'm a soldier of Ruel. I would never use my sword but against a true villain. Myself and my kin shall leave you in peace. Kin? What's that? Oh, you? I suppose you are quite new to this kingdom. There are animal companions. Everyone in Ruel grows up with one. So they're Pokemon. We soldiers are many, and the borderlands are where we're needed most. Be wary out here. It's not safe. It gets lonely out here. Not many come to the border. That's the price of duty to my nation. The spooky presence has lifted. Thank you, traveler. My wife and I, we are refugees of this conflict. So much fear in the world. That must be why the spirits are restless. This burned land is cursed. It's no place to make a home. I got family on the other side of the border, but I haven't seen them in a long time. I came with my husband and kin to try to cross, but seeing the dead forest, we didn't want to go any farther. Feels like there's something dark out here. The forests of Ruel are so beautiful. Who could be evil enough to burn them down? The conflict rises and falls, but it's been going for longer than I remember. Folks normally don't come near the border. Alright, we got two nations at war. One of them's got Pokemon. So far, I'm on to the side of the nation with Pokemon, because that's just cool. Well, up, up, and away. What? Let's fly. No. No. I'm tired. I slept on a floor. Barely. You try carrying you for a couple of days. See how you feel about doing it another day after that. You're walking. Well, alrighty then. On we go. What's back this way? Hey! Don't get us lost in the wrong kingdom. Ruel is back the other way. What's this? Is this like the other kingdom they're at war with? Chandesh or whatever it's called? Does this just lead back out? Yeah, it does. Okay, maybe this will lead somewhere? I don't know. You know what I'm grateful for? That this game doesn't have collectibles. Because knowing my... Because I am definitely the kind of guy who will go out of my way to search every nook and cranny of a game for collectibles. And that would take up a lot of time. Wait, what? This looks like one of the, like, the palaces in the dream area. This is the Sky Temple. The next nexus point. People built a whole temple around it. But it's the place that matters, not really the temple. What's special about the place? Never really figured that out either. All the nexus points seem to be near natural formations, but they're just places where there's a lot of spirit stuff. Spirit stuff is also kind of everywhere, and invisible, because our world and spirit world are linked. But at these places it's stronger, enough that you can move between them. Basically, my grandma could explain it better. Anyway, it's useless for us for now. Overseer song, blah blah. Okay, so we have to come back here once we get the song. It's good to know. Alright, let's head right then. I don't know why my camera's lagging. Sometimes I'll just talk and my camera won't pick up my mouth moving. I don't know why. I need a better camera. Because the camera I use for streaming is just the one that's built into my laptop. Probably should also have a better computer, to be honest. Baby steps towards improvement. First, let's worry about hitting affiliate, shall we? Almost there. Whoa. That's a pretty big wall. Is that just to keep out people from other kingdoms? It seems kinda excessive, but they must be serious about it. We probably shouldn't just go around it. We might get in trouble. I wonder if there's someone we can talk to? Wall's down. Miriam! That's against the law, I'm pretty sure. I told you, we're gonna have to break a few rules, right? We don't have time to worry about this crap. Now, come on. You know, in hindsight, considering there are people in the world who can do stuff like that, I don't know if the wall was ever gonna really solve anything. Look, all I'm saying is China tried to build a wall, like, thousands of years ago, and it didn't really work, like, at all. It's just not a really good idea, to be honest. Hey, have you noticed how quiet it is? There's no animals or birds here. Spooky. Whoa. What happened here? It looks like a monster attack. Maybe it's nice. Like the ones in Delphi. Yeah, probably not. Let's be careful around here. That's weird, like, the top of the screen is getting grainy. That's not just, like, a thing on stream. That's, like, happening in the game for me, too. It looked like the wall was there to protect the forest, since the other side got so wrecked. But this side got pretty wrecked, too. They said that other kingdom burned it down, right? This definitely doesn't look like burning. There's something weird going on out here. Hey. That looks like a thing. Ah! Whoa. It's on your face. I know. Do something. I'd try shooting it with magic, but I'd probably end up hurting you. Boy, it's really going at it. Sheesh. Maybe you should try singing? Did that do anything? It didn't like that. Told you so. I was so scared. But I guess it wasn't so bad. Yeah, it's just one little guy. I wonder where he came from. Oh. That's not good. We should run. We should sing. What? It works, right? We have to get through the forest to the king, so we have to try. You know what? Sure. Knock yourself out. I can't believe this is working. Okay, for some reason it's specifically red that they hate. Oh, I just have to match the color, I guess. Alright, purple now. Miriam just looks really done with us, like in the back there. I thought I wanted maybe the orange meant I had to switch, but I guess not. This is a very strange game, you know that? Turquoise. This segment is, it's been going on for a while. Is there anything else we can do? We can't jump? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what's going on. Oh, did we do it finally? I don't know what we did, but we did it. Wow. What a bunch of chumps. Let's keep going before they come back. Yeah, that was weird. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what I was doing there, but... How about Sunrise Land? It's a Bill Worst reference. Halt! Stay back from the wall and identify yourselves. What's a witch doing here in the forest? What? We're delivering I can't talk. We're delivering a message for the king. What's wrong with us being here, dude? You're a witch! Yeah, so what? These are dangerous times, so we can't just let anyone... Hold on a moment. What's that again? What's going on again? There's a witch out this gate. Wait, what? You're in the forest? Let me see. They say they have a message for the king. Huh, really? They seem okay to me. They're obviously spies. I don't know, man. They look like refugees to me. We can't just leave them with the monsters, can we? I think we... No way. Let them stay out there. I can't even read this dialogue. It's so pixelated. Alright, I'm letting you in. But come through quickly. Alright. Stay back. Sheesh. Ping, man. You gotta tell your kin to be cool. What's everyone's deal here? Are you or are you not from Chandesh? Nope. You sure? But what about the witch? What? No. Seriously, what is your problem? It's because witches come from Chandesh, man. Ping, she has no idea what's going on here. You gotta cool it. This is seriously not cool, dude. Okay, sure. Is your animal gonna attack us? No. We're cool. Okay, great. You two are totally welcome here, okay? We've got a lot going on with the monsters and all, so it's all a bit crazy right now, but you really don't seem like you're dangerous. We're all gonna take it easy now, okay? Finally, a sane person. I don't trust these people to be cool. Maybe because they attacked us with a bird? Maybe. Ugh, feels so weird here. Like, everyone keeps looking at me. I'm not the one with a weird attack bird. I hate this stupid kingdom. The people are weird, and it's full of monsters. I don't know which is worse. You're both lucky Phil's in charge here. If you are innocent, I apologize for my aggression. But I have my mother to worry about as well. We can't be too careful these days, so I'll be keeping an eye on you. We're surrounded on all sides by awful dark spirits, and apparently questionable travelers, so getting in and out of this town is a nightmare. We're just waiting for the Chandesh army to follow. We're all very peaceful here. We don't need unruly travelers coming and making a ruckus. You understand? Please respect us and our town. Wow, this guy is just a lot of fun, ain't he? I'm sorry I'm sorry my son gave you trouble. Ignore him, he's a fool. You and your friends seem perfectly nice to me. It's true that the forest has gotten very dangerous. I've been trapped in this sorry town for who knows how long. I'll probably die here, too. Mother! Don't speak like that. At one point, a very tough girl came through here, and for a time she kept us safe. But of course, as soon as she left, things became terrible again. All the while, my idiot son hasn't helped anyone. Even some person with a sword is tougher than my son. Pathetic, isn't it? Mother! That was the hero of legend. How am I supposed to be as strong as she is? Hero, legend, who gives a hoot? You'd be strong too if you weren't so lazy. Ah, so the hero has been through here. That's not good. Hey there, Wayfarer. Sorry I didn't introduce myself. I'm Phil. I'm kind of the boss around here. Sorry about Ping. This monster situation's got us all wound up. Leaving here is dangerous. We've been trapped here for days now. You know how it is. I gotta ask, though. How did you get through the woods to here? I sang to the monsters. Whoa, no kidding? You two will fit right in, then. We play music here every night. Keeps the spirits up. You should join us tonight, Wayfarer. We can put all this ugly behind us. We'll be setting up the fire soon. Just let me know when you're ready. Want to get the fire going? You all have been trapped here? Yeah, pretty much. We're here to turn the trees into lumber. It's nice work, living amongst the forest. But then monsters showed up and the forest got dangerous. We used to have a lot more folk, working the mill and all. Oh gosh, did they all... Oh no, they didn't die, I don't think so. They left it a big group for Xiaxian with the hero. She was here? Oh yeah, saved our lives, but we have elderly and kids and kin. Folks who couldn't do the intense journey with her, so a few of us stayed back to keep them safe. We're hoping the king sends back help soon. It's a lot on our minds, Wayfarer. That's why we need nice campfire songs. Good dog bear thing. Ain't so many of us left here now. You think the king even knows about us stuck here? I bet he doesn't, or he doesn't care. I'm worried for my daughter and her kin. They was supposed to go back to Xiaxian until the monster showed up. How much longer are we gonna be trapped here? This ain't no place for a girl to grow up. This place sucks. I miss Xiaxian so much. Now I'm stuck here with nobody but Grandpa and our kin. I've never met a witch before. Can you do a magic trick? Oh, I'm not a witch. My friend Miriam is, though. Can she do a magic trick? I feel like if I ask her, she'll get mad. What are witches like? Well, Miriam is really grumpy all the time, but she's also really cool. One time she fought the hero. So she's grumpy all the time and she fights the hero? I guess that's why everyone hates witches. Wait, that's not what I meant. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not a good look, my man. So, want to get the fire going? Yeah. Yes, I'm so ready too. Beautiful night, eh? In honor of our new wayfaring friends, I'm gonna tell an old tale about a wayfarer and a witch. They say it happened here in this very forest, and they say if you listen real close, you can hear their old spirits singing along to it too. Why not start us off with a G, Wayfarer? The last eve of her travels, under full moon's twinkling glow, a wayfarer, true of heart. I'm not even gonna try and sing along, it's not gonna work. Was drawn to a meadow, where the trees stood still and silent, watching a maiden twirl the air. Her breath escaped in song, and her soul had been ensnared. They danced in step, with nothing left but two hearts entwined. From that moment on, the witch's magic burned. The spell had been cast, as her love did slowly learn. As each night lingered on, the wayfarer's soul grew thin. Her body faded softly, as the spell pulled her in. They danced in step, weightless in time, with nothing left but two hearts entwined. That's very pretty. Are they talking about us? If so, that's very awkward. Cool song. Thanks very much, Wayfarer. We've been singing it for generations. But it's kind of sad, too. Why did the witch curse the Wayfarer if they were in love? You know? I never really thought about it. Guess I always figured the witch was some kind of trickster who snatched up the Wayfarer's soul. No! But why? Maybe it's just a stupid made-up song. Who cares why? Well, not totally made up. Like I said, it happened in these woods. And the Wayfarer was a girl from Ruel. And then her soul got snatched. Well, that's how the story goes. Sounds pretty made up to me. Or what? Do you think witches just go around snatching souls? Holy crap, do you actually? No! Well, we aren't used to seeing witches. It's hard to know sometimes. They're cruel folk, witches. What are you talking about? Where do you think the forest monsters come from? They're soldiers of Chandesh, magically created and sent here to attack us and destroy our precious forest. I didn't know that. They're the reason we've been trapped here. But why? That's the scariest thing about Chandesh. We don't know why. But from their actions, it's clear they hate us. They have no regard for nature or our way of life. Tell us this, witch. You said you had a message for the king. Who's it from? What's the message? It's a secret. But it's something that could end the war. You really think so, Wayfarer? I'm sorry. But that's just not possible. Well, here's hoping. I think it's starting to get on in time. How about we call it for the eve? Yeah. I think I've had enough of this. We're just casually like, hey, witch, did you know we hate witches? Witch, you're a witch. We hate witches. Haha. Like, dang, dude. Like, calm down. Secret messages, witches coming through here. You know how suspicious this all looks? Don't make us traitors to rule by housing you. We have enough problems as is. Guess you'll be on your way then, hey? Sorry if stuff got a little heavy last night. I want here to be as loving as it can be. We've got enough bad going on outside. Tell the king we said hey. And if you find anyone who came out of here, tell them we're okay too, yeah? Do you like our rainbow trees, Wayfarer? We brought them here from Xiaxian. If you go there, you'll see tons more. They're a reminder for us to take care of nature. We might be chopping trees to build our homes, but we always plant more where they come from. We gotta work together with the forest, just like with our kin. That's something that means a lot to us in Ruel. I mean, that's good. Must be nice to be able to fly. Just come and go while we're stuck. Which has got it all. If you're seeing the king, least you could do is remind him about us, since we treated you so nice and all. I'm so done with this place. Let's get out of here. I'm flying. Okay. Yeah, they were kind of rude. Except for, like, that one guy. They were all pretty rude. The kid and Phil, they were fine. Everyone else, though, was pretty rude. Open. I don't know if that would really count as racist, because being a witch is not a race, but there's something-ist to Miriam. Classist, maybe? Would that work? I don't know. Something-ist. That is not terrifying at all. Oh, hey! Lil B. Who's this? Oh, you know, just an old buddy. She's in cahoots with the hero. Cahoots, huh? Lil B, I'm in cahoots with everyone. You're all my special little buds. I don't pick favorites. I don't like her. What happened here? A big fight. Between Audrey and some monsters, I mean. Me and Audrey are still cool. Haha. It was crazy. The monsters were all like, blah, 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 rah. And Audrey was all like, shwing, zap, kapah. She's just so cool. She saved the city big time. I think now they're celebrating with her. Oh, great. So she's here. Now you all get to hang out more. I don't think I want to see her. She sucks. She's really not that bad. Once you get to know her, at least. But okay, I'm out. I was just zoning out here. Didn't expect to see you. But hey, good luck on the whole Earth Song thing. Heart emoji. I think she's secretly evil. I don't buy it. I don't buy for a second. She didn't notice us. She definitely did, but she's being too cool to note. But she's being too cool to notice. Pfft. Joke's on her. While she's busy getting fawned on, we can go straight to the king. Deliver your silly message, and then get a head start on the real quest. End of the world overseer song, remember? Sounds like a plan. Pet the fox, deer. Xiaxian Palace up this hill. Alright, but what's over here? Relax at the Xiaxian Lodge. Hey, I'm sitting here. You want something? Everyone's so uppity about this hero gal. Not me. Don't give a crap. As soon as someone's that popular, I get kind of suspicious, you know? Nobody's that good. She's a giant phony. Has to be. If she was a real hero, maybe she'd end this stupid war. It just goes on and on and on. And on and on and on. Who has time for this crap? I'm just gonna enjoy my spot. I mean, that's a fair point. Maybe I can... Okay, never mind. This way to exit city. Does that take me out into the other side? Oh, okay. Well, that leads to nothing, so... I guess that's nothing. People in the city treat foreigners like a disease. It's cruel. I hate it. I came a long way to be safe from the war, but here I'm an outsider. And with monsters attacking us now, I guess it's not safe either. I can't believe Chandesh would really send giants. They're way bigger than the little guys in the forest. But hey, this whole conflict is crazy. I think we all want it to be over. I'm sick of this hot weather. Terrible for my skin, too. You could buy something if you want, by the way, but you don't seem like a jewelry type. I don't even have currency, haha, because this game doesn't have any. Alright, let's check out this lodge that they were talking about. This is just a reskin of the last place. For shame. Wait, was that it? Was I supposed to leap to the roof? I'm gonna try that really quick. Because why else would this be here? Oh, maybe. Let's see where this leads. Xiaxian Palace Gardens. Oh, hey now, Wanderer. You again. What are you doing here? Me? I'm catching some sun. Sun's good for you, Wanderer. It's so warm. Just feels right, you know? I found a great place to catch the sun. A high-up spot in the desert far from here. If you find it, well, I'd better not say. It's for you to discover. Hello? Hello? We're here to meet the king or whatever. Can you go get him or something? Absolutely not. In case you haven't noticed, we are at war. It's my sole duty to protect the king from harm, so we are not allowing anyone in or out at this time. Especially not any witches. What? That's ridiculous. Nobody? What about you? You don't go in and out? Obviously, we make some exceptions. We've invited the hero for a special visit, but unless you are of her caliber, no way, sister. Ugh. Her. Of course it's her. However, you can feel free to enjoy the exquisite castle garden. Oh, sure. I'm gonna just ravish your stupid garden. Can't get enough. Maybe I'll eat all your stupid trees and flowers. Miriam, because they are so exquisite. We should go, Miriam. Yeah, sure. Them's the breaks, kid. Not everyone can be born Link. Some people are just destined to be Groose. Gah! I can't believe this. What do we do now? Well, we could forget about your ghost message. No, we can't do that. It could end the war, Miriam. We can't quit yet. Well, then we can talk to your good buddy, the hero. No, definitely not that either. Those are the choices. I think we should focus on finding the Overseer song, but you do you. Well, let's go to the gardens, you know? Let's do that. Maybe we could figure something out. Those are some funny clothes. You aren't Chandesh, are you? Sorry, I'm military, so I'm supposed to ask. I don't really care. War with Chandesh has been going my entire life. I really don't care about it. As long as we don't die, I guess. The military's a bit of a drag, but you get benefits for it, and staying in the city is the easy. Nothing ever reaches here. Well, except those giant monsters. Then the hero just took care of it herself, so... whatever. The scary thought is, since monsters did make it to here, Are they gonna make it here again? And what if the hero's not here that time? It's a lot to worry about when it gets to be that much. I'd rather just not think about it. Mood. I don't know why, but I feel worried almost all the time. Back. I wish I could just turn it off. Maybe it's the war, maybe not. Chandesh really scare me. I know they all use magic and stuff. I don't want people like that as an enemy. Did you see the giant monsters they sent here? Someone told me they ate anything and everything. Plants, rocks, animals, walls, houses, people. Even when I forgot about the war, I still feel terrible. Like something bad is coming, and big. Something that feeling is especially bad. And the only thing that shakes me out of it is talking to my mom. She's the best. It's a mood. Talking to your parents can ease your mind in really bad times. Welcome to my humble caravan. I hope you'll buy something. I have all kinds of plants and bugs I scavenged in the wilderness. Oh, I don't have any money. Oh, me neither. Nobody wants to do business with a panda. Ah, a furry. Are you really a panda? Gee, yes! I've traveled all over the world with my caravan, but people here don't trust a talking red panda. They say they love animals, but they don't love me. I think you're neat. Thank you kindly. Truthfully, times are tough. Times are tough now. I had to sell my horse here for money, but I yearn for the open road again. Have you ever lived in the wilderness? There's nothing better for me. The smell of trees, the sound of rain on the roof of my caravan. But to be honest, I've grown to love human food. I guess that's partly why I started needing money. Crossing the desert to get here was very tough. It was hot in all my fur, and I almost ran out of food. There's not much to scavenge in the desert, but I'd heard of a beautiful city on the other side. With my spirit of adventure, I couldn't say no. But now I'm trapped here. It's not easy, but no matter what, I always keep a smile on. Things will turn around. Well, alright. Whatever you say, bro. Okay, maybe there are people here now? And there aren't. Okay, going back. Ha! Look how cute my kin is. Ain't he the greatest? We've been together all my life, you know. If you can't tell, that's a heckin' long time. It's enough to make an old gal a bit teary-eyed. It is cute. You get to be my age? It's hard not to reminisce about the old days. The war's been going on forever, but feels like it wasn't so bad back then. Then again, feels like everything was better back then. It don't look like you got a kin of your own, but let me tell you, it's a special thing. A companion that's been there long as you can remember. That don't ever leave your side. It's better than family. Better in my family, anyway. Oof. Heh. Be careful, chump. Me and my kin are the strongest in Joshian. Oh my gosh. You make your animal friend fight? Not really. It's just a game we play with the other kids. So the hero's in town. They say she's pretty tough, but she doesn't even have her own kin. I was gonna go find her in the lodge later and challenge her to a duel. My mom won't let me, though. There was this really cool show that came through town about a hero and his kin partner. They would fight evil sorcerer bad guys together, and they were like telepathic and super in sync and really, really strong. I want to be like that. Me and my kin are training up. We could compete on our school sports team this year. I want to go all the way to nationals. I'm so grateful for my kin, Yoshi. He's a trusty friend, and he keeps my lap nice and cozy, too. Aww. I always keep Yoshi very close to me. I feel so relaxed with him around. Once, when I was a kid, I was separated from my parents. I was so scared, but Yoshi made me feel okay. He started howling until my parents found us. He's a smart little boy. Getting in and out of Ruel has gotten challenging as the war escalated. Are you from outside Ruel? How did you get in? I bet you had to bust your way through the border wall, didn't you? Yeah. The look on your face. I'm only joking, you know. My friend's a communist. That just came out of nowhere. That just came out of nowhere. Hey, how's it going? My friend's a communist, Nice to meet you. My friend's a communist. He holds meetings, but I can't afford to go to those. I don't have diddly squat. But it's not about having what you want, it's wanting what you got. I'm gonna soak up the sun and remind everyone to lighten up, because when you feel down, you really got no one to blame by yourself. Maybe I'm not the king of Ruel, but I'm the king of me. You don't need cash to be happy, because hey, the sun's free. Is he like quoting song lyrics? That's what it feels like. I'm grateful to be alive here. I came from Lumbertown in the forest. Oh, I was there. Really? It's still there? I've been worried for them. Especially with the monsters reaching the gate here. I thought, well, good that they're okay. So they're alright. Yeah! Basically, there's still lots of monsters there. I was with a friend who could fly, so he got out. But we couldn't bring anyone. I see. We've been trying to petition the king to send help, but it hasn't been fruitful. The hero led a big band of us here from the town. It was very heroic. It's nice, you know? Having a hero to come help you in a situation like that, I could get used to it. If only our king was so compassionate. The Chandesh are crazy! Take it from me, youngster, I was married to one! They learn all kinds of wacko magic over there, don't trust them! I used to have a full head of hair, but my Chandesh wife took it all away from me when she left. With her magic! That's the kind of wackos they are, youngster. They'll use spells for any old petty thing. Man, talk about leaving with everything. You ask me, this war's gone on for too many years. We should have crushed those witches by now. It's an awful thing, war. But someone's gotta fight the evil out there. Don't interrupt me right now, I'm thinking. My girlfriend said something very strange to me earlier, and I just can't figure out what she meant. Did I do something wrong? Is she gonna dump me? I can't figure it out. I wish I could talk to my kin about this. I think she understands girls much better than I do. Probably. Did you see the hero? She was here earlier? She's so cool. I think she went to the lodge. So she's staying here! I want to meet her so bad. It was so scary when the Chandesh monsters came, but then the hero just killed those bad guys. I can't believe she's real. And she's here in town at the lodge. Do you think she can really shoot lightning? I heard she has a magical dash move too, and a cool sword. Yes to all of those things. I have seen it in person. Oh no, wait, we go this, okay. You're not from around here, are you? I hate to say it, but your clothes are disgusting. When's the last time you washed them? Where on earth have you been where on earth have you been wearing that? My buddy Bo is military. It's a pretty raw deal. My dad has a lot of money, so I'm lucky. I don't have to enlist or anything. I hope Bo can get out of it somehow. It's kind of hard being young these days. You can make plans about what kind of job you want to have, but once you get to a certain age, you might just get put into the war. Then all those plans go out the window. Not really helpful. I mean, I'm lucky, but... Mood. Not war, thank God, but mood. Hello. Are you interested in any potions? I made them all myself. The science behind it is very interesting. I source all of my ingredients from nature, and I apply knowledge from chemistry to make new concoctions. My potions are high quality. They produce consistent results. You should buy some. That sounds fun. I don't have any money, though. Oh. So yeah, sorry. Good day, citizen. Everything in order? Seen anything or anyone suspicious in the city? Don't hesitate to come to me if so, even if it's someone you know, okay? The military's here to keep us all safe. Everyone's excited about the hero in town, aren't they? Even if she wasn't here, we could have stopped those monsters. I just want to make sure you know that. Jiaxin is the safest place in the world, but we appreciate her help, of course. Us soldiers are all huge fans of the hero, too. We're interested in working with her to keep the city safe. I haven't gotten to meet her yet, but I really would like to. Ah, the classic tell them lies and make them think they're safe, because we're not. I like the hero. She's so cool. She's like the coolest, strongest girl in the whole world. Wow. And I hear she's staying in Jiaxin at the lodge, like a normal person. So humble. Actually, I remember one time when I was younger, and I did see, I won't say who they were, but I met a minor celebrity from television, from a TV show I used to watch as a kid. And I met them, and I was so starstruck by it. And I distinctly remember, like, that they were like, I was surprised because I heard them say that they were gonna like sleep in their car. And I was like, what? I just assumed you were rich and like famous, so you would just get to stay in some super nice place. That's crazy. And I was so befuddled that, you know, they're just another person. Like, I don't know, kids are funny like that. You just fail to realize the obvious that, yeah, they're just a person like anyone else. Well, 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 if it isn't my favorite bard and witch. I didn't know you two were in town. That's crap, we walked right by you earlier. Did you? Well, what's shaking? We want to meet the king of Ruel. Yeah, I guess he's laying pretty low these days. You'd have to be pretty important to meet him. Yeah, we get it. Why do you get to meet the king? Sheesh, all this attitude. For your information, I saved the city from a giant monster attack. And I need to learn the Overseer song from the king. Important saving the world business, you know. The king knows the Overseer song? We need that too. You do? Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. How else would you keep breaking into the spirit world? Tell you what, I'll help you both out. Really? Sure. I'll bring you along to my meeting later. I could use a couple flunkies. Flunkies? I mean, I don't have to bring you. No, we'll do it. Cool. But hey, listen, since I'm doing you both such a huge favor, I could use one from you too. Like what? Nothing too hard. I need to get a potion of power from the local shop. Can you pick one up for me? It would really be a huge help. You know, if you wanted to tag along later. Thanks, you're the best. What a jerk. Hey, you didn't forget what I needed, did you? So you're good at singing, right? Yeah, that's very nice. What other kinds of gear you got? Gear? Yeah, like weapons? I don't have that kind of stuff. What? You mean you just do singing? I'm a bard. Sheesh. I always assumed you were at least, like, an archer or something. Crazy that you even got this far. Yeah, no, that's... Honestly, that's fair. Like that, yeah. We've only gotten this far because of Miriam, let's be honest. Thanks again. If I go back out there myself, I'll be mobbed with more fans. It's a blessing and a curse, you know. Yeah. Hello, yes, welcome to our humble inn. I do not know if you're aware, but the hero is staying with us. So please be on your best behavior. We would very much like to have her endorsement. Okay. Oh my god, it is! I was literally just about to say, this guy looks like Mr. Oshiro from Celeste. But it is Mr. Oshiro, what the heck? Did one of the people who worked on Celeste work in this game too? Yes, if the hero gives us a glowing review, then surely we'll be overrun with guests. Times have been hard with the war, you see. Ruel does not take many visitors these days. Also, if you are bringing a kin in, please make sure to clean up after them. We've gotten many complaints of untidy rooms. I wonder now, did one of the people who worked on this game work on Celeste? Or did they just get permission from the Celeste team? I don't... That's crazy. Anyway, potion shop. Hello? It's you again. We're here for the potion of power. Wow. You didn't strike me as such high rollers. It will cost quite a few farquads. Farquat? Farquads? As in currency? Money? Oh! We don't have any of that. Oh. Well, in that case, you can't have it. Can't we do something for you to give it to us? Maybe for some of my other potions, but the potion of power is very luxurious. You would need a treasure chest of farquads to afford it. Forget about it! Me and my grandma used to make potions. It's not that hard. Screw you and your hoity-toity store. We'll just do it ourselves for way cheaper. Okay. Let's get out of here, Glan. Good luck with your potion brewing. The potion of power can be very tricky to create. I hope your friend knows what she's doing. If she does, actually, I would love to talk to her. There aren't many potion enthusiasts here. Potions are classically thought of as a magical thing, but people in Royal don't tend to trust magic that much. Your friend isn't a magic user, is she? She might run into trouble around here. I saw the hero was in town. That's very exciting for a potion brewer like me. That's someone who could actually afford a potion of power. No offense. Fair enough. I've played Zelda. I know how this works. Plan? Screw that guy. And screw the hero. She knows we can't afford fancy potions. She's trying to embarrass us. But I wasn't kidding. We can make it ourselves. It took me a minute to remember, but I definitely know all the ingredients for that one. Probably. These are all the ingredients we need. Just flowers and plants. See? Not that hard. She probably assumed we would never be able to get it, and that's why she agreed to help us at all. But we can beat her at her own game. Then she'll have to admit she was lying. But since that's her pride on the line, she'll probably actually take us to the king instead. I'm not sure I'm following. Doesn't matter, just get those ingredients. I'm actually really excited to show her up like this. I used to do this all the time with my grandma, collecting stuff for a potion, I mean. We'd go into the forest and pick mushrooms and stuff. This is kind of like that. Were you always really grumpy as a kid, too? Making a potion. It really does make me think of Grandma Safi. I kind of wish she was here. She knew a lot about potion ingredients. I don't really know what I'm doing. I hope she's doing okay. None of the ingredients we need are crazy rare, so we can probably find them all around this region. Probably. Well, let's get looking. There's one. The butterflies in Zacian are so nice. If you sing, they follow you around, but they get bored fast if you stop. If you can bring 5 to this tree, I think something special would happen. Ugh, really? Oh my god, really? Alright, we need one more. There we go. One leaf. Ingredient ghetto. Wow, you're like a master of the butterflies. Can you talk to them too? Please tell them Lan says hi. Sorry, kid. Can't do that. Maybe there's something up here. I don't know. Oh, who are you? Hooty hoo! Do you like the garden? My kin and I put our hearts into raising these plants for the castle. They're like our little babies. You can almost hear them singing in the sun. The most amazing thing happened to me the other day. I have this table at home, but it has a strange shape. It left a bothersome gap to the wall no matter how I angled it, but I found a stray piece of wood here, and it perfectly covered the gap my table makes. That's destiny. Sometimes life can be so good to you. Tending a garden in an arid region can be quite challenging. Most people who visit don't consider how much work it takes, but it's so rewarding too. The pretty colors bring light to everyone's day, and they honor our great king too. May his wisdom keep us safe from the war. Too bad he don't care about the citizens. But you did good. You did good. You done good. Keep up the good work. Oh, there it is. Hi, about your yellow mushroom? I need it for a potion. Can I have it? I wish I could just give it away, but I need money, badly. I had to sell my horse, and now I'm trapped in the city. Oh, I know. But is there maybe something I could do in exchange for it? Well, business has been very slow, so if there were a way you could help me with promotion, for example, by performing in front of my caravan? Yeah, alright. I can do that. You'll have to write a theme song for my shop. I have some guidelines for success with this. I may be a panda after all, but I understand humans very well. They like patterns and repetition. Whatever song you write, you're going to have to sing it over and over, without changing anything. So make it interesting, but not too interesting. Yeah. I think it's great. Now we just need to sing it over and over again, and the humans will come flocking. I guess we just play this over and over again. It does actually sound pretty nice. Look at all these customers who came, all thanks to your singing. I have no problem giving you this. Ingredient getto! I'm gonna be rich now. Ha! That was an intriguing tune you sang. It was annoying at first, but something about that 5th repetition or so made me really like it. And it made me notice that pretty nature stuff sold here. I bet some would make a unique piece of decor. That song was so catchy, now it's stuck in my head. I'm kinda angry about it, actually. I want it to stop. I guess there's this shop here. All this foresty stuff has a nice smell. Maybe I'll get it to help me relax. I saw people were into this caravan. I like the vibe here. Can't really afford this nature stuff. But can't you just find this stuff around outside anyway? Shut up. Alright, we still need the flour, which is over here. Hey, I found one of the ingredients. It's in this rich person's backyard. I was thinking about just taking it. What? No way! What would your grandma think if you did that? Sheesh, okay. Sheesh. Let's ask for it. It's just a flower, no big deal. Go right ahead. What would my grandma think? Okay, dweeb. You don't even know my grandma. Is she a criminal? What? No. She's a super sweet old lady. I mean, you're right. She wouldn't like me stealing. It's just... You didn't know that. But knock, knock. Oh, they didn't do the last two. I'm so mad.
「
Hello? Hi. There's a blue flower in your backyard. That's purple, sir, not blue. Me and my friend need it for a potion. Can we use it? No. Nice. I said no. I know, but we need it to save the world. It's a long story. Please help us. Insane, kids. If it means that much to you, you can have it. If you do some yard work for me. We can do that, right, Miriam? Right. Lead the way, miss. I mean, that sounds like a fair deal to me. All these leaves. Move them out of my yard. Out that way. Yeah, that's not too bad. Or out that way. Well, there's a few. Hey. Have you ever stopped and noticed that the hero goes around fighting monsters with a cool sword, and we get stuck doing yard work? If she were here, she'd just take the dumb flower. Why aren't we? In case you forgot, the world is about to end. It doesn't matter if this old lady has her leaves in her yard. But I mean, whatever. You do you. No, we're not gonna steal the flower. We're doing this the right way. We are good citizens. Besides, why would you just lie to a little old lady like that? That's just mean. Come on. Come on. Come on. You've done such a lovely job with my yard. See, look at that. If we didn't do it the right way, we wouldn't have gotten cookies. I baked these cookies for you. Wow. See, Miriam? We did the right thing. And we got cookies. Wow, cool. But what we need is the flower. Of course, I'm happy to give you that as well. Yay, everyone's happy. It could have been so much easier. But it's not about what's easy, it's about what's right. That just goes for life in general, guys. Doesn't matter if something gets you ahead easier. It's about doing what you know is the right thing. Even when no one else is around to see it. That's what matters. Anyway, that got a little deep. So I got a closer look at this flower. And it's not the kind we need. But it's pretty close, so it's probably fine. Ingredient Keto! Well, up to you to get the rest of them. Good luck. I'll be waiting at the lodge where the hero's at. That flower is definitely not gonna work. But we got cookies, so it's alright. All that matters is we got cookies. And in the end, isn't that what it was all about? Alright, we need a leaf and a frog. Alright, we're gonna pan the city level by level until we find it. Alright, leaf, frog. I don't see any. No. Okay. Next level up. Leaf, frog. Leaf, frog. I don't see anything. Leaf. Leaf or frog. No. No. Alright, next level up. Oh, there it is. We're gonna have to do that thing with the friggin' butterflies again, aren't we? Alright, we have 3. We need 3 more. Need 2 more. There's 4. Where's the 5th? There it is. Ah, did they disappear? Dang it. No! If you stop singing for even a second, they will disappear. This is ridiculous. Alright, we have 3. This is surprisingly more difficult than you would think, maintaining the... No, they... Like, I stopped for just half a second, and they disappear. It's crazy. Alright, 5. What? That's not fair. It was right there. Oh. Oh, finally. Ingredient ghetto. Alright, now we just need a frog. Let's find the frog. That was kind of annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, maybe it's in the gardens. Frog. Where are you, frog? No frog. I can't find a frog anywhere. But we need one if we want to progress. Oh, she's got a frog. Or he. Hey, look at this cool frog I found. Wow. Me and my friend need a frog like that. Can I have it? Okay. Ingredient ghetto. Oh, okay, thanks. Thanks, Juan. Hey, can I ask you a question? Sure. Are you a dork? Yes. Huh? 'Cause you look like a big dork. With your silly hat and feather. I'm a bard. Haha. That's rude. Swords are so cool. I want a big sword like the hero has. It looks like so much fun. Swing! Wah! Yeah, typical kid. Yeah, I went to theater school, so I'm definitely on the bard side. Hey, listen, man, there is nothing to be ashamed of. You can sing and dance with the best of them. I can't. I'm an actor, not a singer and dance. I mean, I sing okay. Dancing, I'm more of what we call a mover than a dancer. You got all the ingredients? Heck yeah. Great. Let's see them. Literally none of these are right. Huh? I mean, they're close, but they're all the wrong species or off color. Oh. Also, the frog was supposed to be alive. Oh. I can work with this, though. There's a pot inside the lodge we can use. Hopefully the hero doesn't notice us. This will not end well. Is it gonna work? Probably not. But it doesn't have to work. It just has to look like it will. Potion making runs in my blood. It'll be fine. Your parents make potions too? I don't know. Never met them. Oh. They left me with Grandma before I can remember. When I was a kid, she'd tell me that they were coming back for me someday. But eventually she stopped saying that. They basically abandoned me. Oh. I'm sorry. That sounds really sad. Only when I think about it. Grandma Safi is all the family I ever needed. She made me forget I was missing anything. But I did always have a feeling that maybe if I worked hard enough and made myself into something heroic and famous, that they'd notice and realize what a mistake they made leaving me and come back. But that's a ridiculous idea. I don't even care if I ever see them now. Actually, I'm pretty sure I never want to. And I can't do anything heroic anyway. We're gonna save the world, Miriam. Trying to. Would you look at that? Potion's done. Potion ghetto? Question mark? It looks weird. Yeah. It might actually be deadly. Let's see if the hero likes it. Okay. Oh, there you are. That took forever. Did you fall asleep or something? You almost made me late. I don't have time to hear your hilarious excuses. Point is, you couldn't get it, right? No. We have it right here. Really? Show her the goods, Glan. Boom, baby. Huh. Well, great job. This was a huge favor. No problem. So now you'll take us to the king, right? Yes. But we have to go right now. I mean, at least she kept her word. You know? Alright, flunkies. Excited? Just keep behind me. I like her scarf, though. I will say that. I've never lived somewhere where it was consistently cold enough to, like, justify wearing a scarf. But scarves are really cool. What? What are you doing? It's the ghost message. It knows we're close to the king. I think it's trying to get out of me. Well, that's not creepy. You two okay back there? Yep, no problem. Haha. Okay. Try to keep up. My question is, if the hero doesn't as actively wants to help destroy the world, then and that thinks that's their duty, then why did they even bother stopping those giant monsters? Why would they care? Gah. Hey, keep it together. We're almost there. My boy Glenn does not look well. Silence. Oh, he's got a lion. Now presenting His Royal Majesty, the King of Ruel himself. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, great. It's very nice to meet you all, etc. Wow. Just very great. Obviously, we have a lot going on right now, with the big invasion in 3 days and all that. So, sorry if I seem tense. What? Invasion? Your Majesty, that was still supposed to be secret. Oh. Woof. See, this is why I can't talk to outsiders anymore. Too many secrets to keep track of. Secrets for days. Hey, is your buddy okay? That doesn't seem good. King of Ruel. It is time to talk. Your war is tearing us apart. I come to you, princess, with an open heart, to beg the end of what you want to start. Give peace a chance. End this foolish dance. You've caused such pain and such hate, and you've sown a dark fate with your fear and your blind arrogance. Oh, so these guys are the bad guys then? I need a drink. I'm surprised she can hold him up asleep like that on a broomstick. Also, side note, that seems like it would be very uncomfortable to sit on a broomstick. What happened? Oh, there you are. You sang your stupid message to the king. Oh, right, the message! The ghost was actually a princess from Chandesh. Uh-huh. And she wanted the war to end. Did it work? The message? No. It completely did not work. The king was really insulted by it. He threw you in jail. And then, eventually, he taught the hero the song, and I had to spy on them to learn it. And then I had to bust you out of jail, and it was pretty cool and heroic, and... Jeez. You were really passed out for all of that? Guess so. I'm sorry I caused so many problems. It's a good thing you were there to help me out. Again. That's fine. I'm getting used to saving your butt. Maybe Miriam is really the hero. Oh, wait! The king said they were invading in 3 days. Is that still gonna happen? What are we gonna do, Miriam? It's 2 days now. And, I don't know. It's not our problem. For now, we're going to the Sky Temple. The Nexus Point, right on the border. We have everything we need to go meet the Overseer. And that's the priority. In fact, we're gonna get there now. I mean, that's, you know, like, the world's destroyed. You can't really, you know, there's not much to save from a war, so. Feeling better? Yeah, just kinda wobbly. Great. Well, song time. I guess I'll play it on my piccolo, since I'm the one who knows it this time. Great! This feels weird. Don't, listen too closely, okay? I'm not some fancy pants musician, okay? Oh, it's nice! Are they gonna do the thing where these two characters fall in love at the end? I feel like it'd be kind of forced. I mean, like, I don't know. I think I would settle for them just being, like, friends. Also, the dance. Love that. Oh, Lord, he going. I don't think it worked. Gah! Probably because of my sucky playing. You try it. I thought you played very nicely. Wait, hold up. What do you want? There was some kind of mess up. That song isn't gonna work. Why can't I do anything right? No, I mean, that's not the whole song. The King of Ruel only knew one part of it. The other part is in Chandesh. You gotta talk to the queen there. Oh. Does the hero know that? We just figured it out. Something weird is going on in the spirit world here. She didn't want me to tell you, but I do what I want. I'm still rooting for you, little bee. And you too, Miriam. You two are a super cute team. Thanks. Okay, I'm gonna skedaddle. Audrey probably needs me. Love you too. Heart emoji. Don't trust her. I hate her. Yeah, no, I don't trust her either. I'm with you on that, to be honest. So, are we going to Chandesh? Guess so. We definitely don't want to go back to Ruel, since I busted you out of jail. We're basically fugitives now. Oh. Yeah, I told you. Rules. They gotta be broken. Understandable. Have a nice day. Onwards to Chandesh. Whoa, what the heck was that? Oh great, the broom broke in half. Now how are we gonna get around? Oh gosh. Viv, we screwed up. Yes, I can plainly see that. What do we do? Are they okay? A broom is not a preferred vehicle for flight for this reason. Yeah, you're telling me. Are they okay? No, they look pretty dead. I don't want to poke them. It's alive! I'm alive? You're alive! My broom! She's alive too! Oh, thank Aya. Did you creep shoot us down? Yes. We're really sorry. We didn't know you were witches. You're not supposed to be on the border. We helped you land safely. What are you doing out here? None of your business. Flying. Viv, I think they're on a secret honeymoon. No! Oh my gosh, they super are! We're really sorry we messed up your romantic flight. You didn't... What are you doing out here? We're Vivian and Sandra, the Spell Squad. We're hunting monsters out here. Uh-oh. That must be it, Viv. Duty calls. Sorry again that we shot you down and stuff. We got a monster to deal with. Stay safe here. My broom. Yeah, I don't know why you would want a broom. Like, okay. Does the rule of witches, like, do you have to use a broom? Or does it just can it be any, like, utensil, like, any, like, thing of equal size? Because by that logic, wouldn't it make more sense to, like, in modern times, to, like, have a bike? Like, make a flying bike? Because at least that has, like a seat that's cushioned, at least somewhat. And, like wheels, like a steering grip to hold on to. Miriam, I guess, isn't coming. Oh, Lord. Oh, that's a big monster. Oh, crap, it's bigger than we thought. No big deal. Remember our training. Gah! What are these things? I will save you. The power of music compels you. Hey, you can fight these things? Well, I can sing. That's great! Welcome to the team. Help us with this thing. Are you gonna kill it? What? Kill it? We're not even sure it's alive. And we gotta protect our forest from it. If you're not gonna help, then stay out of the way. Bro, what? Why'd you shoot me? Why are you shooting me? I don't really get what's happening, to be honest. Oh, there we go. I don't get how to... I don't know. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, to be honest with you. There we go. This is getting annoying. This game really just doesn't like to tell you what he wants you to do during these weird sections. There we go. Plan! The heck are you doing here? Well, these witches said they needed help. Irresponsible? This thing is dangerous. I can't believe they let you jump in here. I guess there's no stopping it, so I guess I'll help fight this thing. But only to save your butt. There we go. There we go. Alright, how many times we gotta do this? Fire! I think we did it. Yatta! Heck yeah! Another down. Don't woohoo this! These stupid witches nearly got us killed! Twice now! What's the deal, huh? What was that thing? We don't know, boss. They started appearing recently. You mean they aren't yours? Ours? What do you mean? I thought the monsters were, like a witchy thing? What? No way, boss. They're a total mystery to us. All we know is they showed up around when the princess disappeared. Oh, the princess. Yeah, the princess, and the weird thing is, they grow out of the ground, and they don't seem to have a mind of their own. Vivian, don't forget, civilians aren't supposed to know all this stuff. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Military secrets, I guess. But since you helped us take that thing down, we can trust you to keep all this between us, okay? Where did you say you were headed to, anyway? We're going to the capital, I guess. Oh, you mean Mohabumi? That's easy. We can help you get there, no problem. Want us to give you a lift? No. You busted my broom. That's what I'm saying. We can make up for it. I feel like we should go with them, Miriam. You could at least give us a new broom. Feels so weird, riding on someone else's broom. Grumble, grumble. Oh, it's a riverboat ride. Neat. Okay, get off here. This ferry goes straight to the capital. Seriously? You can't even take us all the way there? After you wrecked my broom? Hey, boss. We got stuff to do. And it's still a while to go. You'll be there tonight. Good luck. Wow. Stupid witches. They helped us, Miriam, after shooting us down. And only because they thought we were Chandesh, too. Oh gosh, Miriam. We totally forgot to tell them. The invasion from Ruel. It's tomorrow. Oh yeah. And Ruel thinks Chandesh is behind the monsters. But they're a threat to these people, too. We have to stop it, Miriam. I get that it sucks, but it really isn't our problem. What? How can you say that? We can't let them keep fighting. They have to learn to settle their differences, to fight their common enemy. If you don't learn the Earth Song, it won't matter. Don't forget, we're fugitives too, remember? We need to keep our heads down, get the Overseer Song, and get out. Before the invasion starts, and without calling attention to ourselves. I think we've had enough being attacked, and suspected, and jail time. I don't even remember the jail time. Well, I do. Can we please just play it cool here? Yes. Cool as a cucumber. Oh, this is nice little music. Oh, hello. I do apologize if I seem distracted. I'm in a bit of a pickle, you see. I'm in charge of the musical entertainment this evening, but I forgot a most crucial element. Music. The band has no score to play. Oh. Yes, yes. They're all preparing in their quarters now, but they must be as bamboozled as I am. Well, we could... No, not that. But what if... The only solution that comes to mind would be if we improvise a new score to play. But, oh, what a gamble. If only we had a composer on board. I have some great news for you. Oh, look at this dude. What are you headed to Mohamboomie for? I was out in the boonies visiting family personally. Can't wait to get back home now. All the good stuff is in the city. The boat ride is so dull. Someone told me there's a performance later, but then she got all mumbly and quiet, so I'm not really sure if there is one or not. Apparently someone famous is on the boat. I don't know who. Wasn't really paying attention. People just keep telling me things. Guess I have one of those faces that people want to tell things to. Hello. I'm the captain of this boat. And I'm also the marimba player in the band. Of the 3 parts, I go first, because I'm the captain, and captains are the leader. It's easily the most important part of the performance. I have to capture the audience's interest, and set up the rest of the song. But I don't have any music to play. Perhaps you could compose it for me? Sure. Most excellent. You have the floor. Shall this be it? Yes. Most excellent. My bandmates are likely in need as well. You should help them to follow up my performance. This is my part, the first to play. Is this still to your liking? It's good. I must agree. Oh, it's locked. Hello! You know, I don't seem to recall seeing you on this vessel. Oh, well, I've definitely been around. Just another witch from Chandesh. That's me. Most peculiar. Well, you don't need to answer this, but I must ask. Are you a member of the Spell Squad? What? Of course! How rude of me to be so direct. I shan't ask more of it. Us civilians really don't know much, mind. Only theories and rumors. They say that Ruel was behind the princess's disappearance, and that she's no longer living. You really needn't confirm or deny anything. Your silence says it all. I'm sorry if my questioning has bothered you. Your secrets are safe with me. Really, I'm thankful for all the great work the squad does, all while hiding plainly among us. So I guess they're like secret police? Hola! Here for the show this evening? I'm in the band, you know, and my part is the most important. I'm the last to play, the big finale. I'm the part everyone remembers long after the show. It must be exciting to meet me, Well, I was born just a normal witch in Mohamboomie, but I always knew I was destined for greatness. Anyway, enough of that. Our conductor lost a score for tonight, but it's no big deal. I'll be winging it. Wish me luck in the show tonight. I'm writing your part. What? You? Think you can make something worthy of the big finale? Well, let's see what you got. Let me try that again. Kind of messed up. There we go. No sweat. Looks like we got ourselves a finale. Just gotta make sure the band's with us. Oh, you spooked me. Why would you just run into someone's cabin? I don't know. Then leave me alone. Are you gonna just stand there, or are you gonna write my part? Okay, well, music then. Is that so? Well, I'll have you know, my part is the absolute most important. I'm dead middle, part 2 of 3. I have to keep the audience interested, all while filling in the real meat of the song. If you can write for that, then let's see what you got. Is this right? Yeah, that's fine. Well, 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 not bad. That's it then, isn't it? We're due to perform quite soon. I didn't realize the capital was still so far. We're gonna be on this boat all day. It's just like when we were pirates. Remember that, Miriam? No, I completely forgot. I must have hit my head. Many times. Yeah, we hung out with pirates, and they really liked coffee and... Oh, you're joking. Sometimes I wish you were too. I've never been to Chandesh. Is it really where all witches are from? I wonder if my parents ever lived here. It's all a little weird. I've never really been around other witches before. Grandma Safi told me there was a kingdom of witches. Never crossed my mind to go, though. Back in Delphi, I was the only witch. It made me kind of special. This whole kingdom feels like a big club that I was never invited to. I'm just gonna stay here and avoid talking to anyone. Well, goodness me! Miraculously, the band all has music to play! Won't you join us for the show, then? Let's go! Alright, let's see how badly I did. Ahem. Thank you for coming. On this empty boat, with nothing else to do, may we now present to you our song, which somebody just made up today. What? It started on fire? Booyah. My goodness. Riveting. Oh, good. She's here. Bravo, bravo. Oh, crap. It's Miss Hero. We're so honored by your attendance. Oh, no. The honor is all mine. But you know, what I'm not honored by is the attendance of these criminals. Criminals? Yes, I'm afraid so. These rogues broke through Ruel's border, cheated their way into the king's court, and made a getaway from prison to here. They're fugitives from Ruel. Literally, why would they care? That would mean technically we're on their side, right? I can't believe how cool these punks are! What? They broke every rule in the book. All the subterfuge Ruel? The scoundrels who took our beloved princess? An enemy of those villains is surely our friend. Guess that would explain some things, like how we found her. But why would they do that? Don't you know? The people of Ruel hate Chandesh. They'd do anything to get at us. Oh, Miss Hero. She must have retired for the evening. It certainly is getting late. As captain, I'd advise that all guests on the boat take it easy and enjoy themselves tonight. Shouldn't you be steering the boat? Or does the boat have an autopilot? I don't know. I don't know. Minstrel. Huh? What was that? Minstrel. What? It's me. The princess. The ghost you met. You delivered my message to the king. Yo, Andy, how's it going? I'm doing alright, man. I'm doing alright. Just playing some Wandersong. So I lost, I think I told you before, but I lost the progress I had on this game. And so I've been replaying it, and I finally replayed up to where I left off, and so today I've just been streaming some more of it, because it's been a while since I've played it. Yeah, I had to play like 5 hours worth of game, but I got back up to it, and so this stream has just been playing more from where I left off stream, so it's been good. How have you been? You delivered my message to the king. Oh, you scared me. Yes, well, it's very hard not to do that when you're dead. Please listen to me. I'm trapped in your body, and I still need your help. But I can help you too. The Queen. You need to speak with her, right? That's my mom. I need to talk to her before the invasion tomorrow. But it won't be easy to get to her. Mohambuni is a place for magical people. And you can't use magic, can you? Nope. Right. But if we work together, I think we can figure something out. I like teamwork. It's a bit new to me. But so is being dead. And I guess it hasn't stopped me yet. Sorry for, invading your body, and then being trapped inside it. That was pretty rude. And you've already done so much for me. I realize I'm asking a lot. It's cool. It sounds like you need your help. It sounds like we need your help too. Guess so. My name's Hala, by the way. The city is just ahead. We are getting very close, everyone. As captain, I would recommend that we all prepare to disembark. Pretty good, just writing a video script recording gameplay about the Mummy Metroidvania game I mentioned for a while back. Otherwise, just dreading the work week, but also kind of excited for Infinite. Ah, yes. Work. I totally work. I haven't not worked in 2 months. I don't know what you're talking about. Dreading, yeah, no, I mean, no one likes work. But again, you know what, like, at least Halo Infinite's coming out, like you said. At least you got that to look forward to. Welcome to Mohambumi. Please take this complimentary guide map. You got a map. Hold down to open it. Oh, okay. You get a 2-week break for Christmas? Hell yeah, my man. That's what's up. Hey, this map doesn't have anything on it. It will fill itself in as you visit different areas. Non-magical persons will have trouble accessing much of the city, so we do not clutter the map with places you cannot see. 2-week break is pretty good. You must work somewhere that's fairly nice if you get 2 weeks off for Christmas. Most places well, to be fair, I worked mostly like entry-level stuff, but most places I worked during Christmas time, it'd be like, oh, you want Christmas off? You get Christmas Day off. Come in on Christmas Eve and the day after. Just a corpo. That sucks, but I mean, hey. At least you get the 2 weeks off. Why, hello! Welcome to Mohambumi. The band has all dispersed now, but we really were big fans of your composition. Perhaps we'll save it for future shows. Not to worry, Ruel won't be able to reach you here. Mohambumi is like a giant fortress, although... You can't use magic, can you? You'll have a hard time getting around town on foot. I'm a complete fool for these shops. Every time I come, I feel I have to purchase something. Or 2, or 3, or 4 things. Mostly these shops are tourist traps for visitors, of course. The classier places are higher up in the city. But they're just so colorful and lively. I suppose I really am easy. It's not really something you should go around admitting, for multiple reasons. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I'm playing this Mummy tie-in game because I'm pretty sure nobody but me has thought about it in years. I think I heard about that. I heard that, like, it was, like... It's the one based off the new one with, the one from the Dark Universe, right? The failed Dark Universe. It's that game, right? I've heard that tie-in game is actually really good. I think I saw some, like, YouTube game reviewer that I watched review it back in the day when it came out. Yep. Yeah. Is it Way Forward that did it? I feel like it's Way Forward. It's shockingly hard. I mean, that could be nice, though. I guess they sell brooms in this witch city. Don't know why I didn't think of that. They all look like crap, though. We don't have money, also. Oh, yeah. This always happens to us. How are we ever gonna get anywhere? Apparently, if you can't fly, you can't even get to most of the city. Really missing my broom right now. I really wanted to see the city, too. I've never been around so many witches. One way or another, we have to meet the queen. She's got the Overseer's song, right? Don't worry, Miriam. I have a plan. Really? To meet the queen? Mm-hmm. Huh, okay. I'll work on getting a broom, somehow. Same people who made Shantae. Oh, then it must be a great game, then. Those guys make great games. Hello, yes. Please peruse my shops. I'm sure something will catch your eye. Let me know if you have any questions. These brooms are the finest in Mohabumi. My family and I cut these ourselves by hand. They don't look that good. Then your eyes deceive you. Are you an actual witch by chance? These brooms aren't really intended for, actual flying. They are collector's items for tourists, but they are still worth purchasing, and they make wonderful gifts. Oh, so they don't even fly. What's the point? Mirror world. Hey, you can see me, right? I think I can talk through reflections, so that's handy. If you want to meet the queen, I have an idea of where to start. My sister is a student near here. She might know some way to the palace. I'm marking her on your map, okay? Excuse me, please refrain from talking to the mirrors. It looks creepy. But I didn't say anything. Well, I could plainly hear you. Oops. Other people can hear me? This ghost thing takes some getting used to. Ahem! It's very rude. Do you think they'd really just kick someone out of a store if, like, okay, if I, like, walked into, like, a Macy's, right? And I just, like, walked up to a mirror in a dressing room and just started talking to the mirror, would I get kicked out? Like, I'm not doing anything wrong objectively, right? Step right up. Why not look here for some hot new trends? That outfit is cute, but maybe it's a bit dated. You'll find something you'll love here. The people of Mohabumi have the best fashion in the world. Ask anybody, we're famous for it. Don't you want to look fabulous too? Your little feather cap is the definition of cute. Where did you get it? Oh, thanks. I made it, actually. Huh. I found the feather first and thought it was really cool, so I wanted something to put it in. I'm not super good at sewing, so I had my friend Marley to help. What a great story. Wait, I wasn't done. Oh. See, because then we had to find... It's me when I talked about someone about Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's how he made it. Great. Well, if you want to buy anything, you can do that. You'd probably freak out the other customers. I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, okay, but here's the thing. If I was completely sane, right? Like, I was doing nothing, like... Hang on one second. Okay, so, like, in this hypothetical situation, if I was just, like, talking to people normally, I'd be like, oh, hey, Jeff, how's it going? You know, how's the wife and kids, you know? Oh, I'm doing well, just, you know, whatever. But then I just casually start talking to the mirror as if the mirror was a different person. But, like, I still talked like a sane person to everybody else. Like, sure, that would be eccentric, but would that really be, like, that creepy? Like, It would be one thing if I was, like, babbling incoherently, right? But if you don't act like an actual crazy person, I don't know. I'm just wondering the logistics of how you could get away with this. But how would they know you were sane? I mean, from the way you carry yourself, right? Then again, I guess by talking to a mirror, that inherently means people probably don't think you're sane. I've traveled all over the world, but I've never seen a city like this. Mohobumi is really a magical place. Literally, because it's magic. Without magic, it's hard to reach most of the city, but there's so much to see in the tourist areas. I visited the academy and sat in a class there. It was a little pointless, but it was interesting seeing how witches learn. I'm writing a travel guide, actually. I want to see everything the world has to offer. What about you? Where do you think I should go next? Langtree. Langtree? It's in a forest. It's really small and it's really far from here, but it's special. Okay. Dude's gonna get there and he's like, what the heck is this? This is boring. It's like the equivalent of telling a tourist in the Pokemon universe to go to Pallet Town. Oh, bother. This baton is always acting up. It's an old family heirloom, enchanted somehow to react to music. But the thing's so bloody sensitive, I can't so as much as walk by a musician. I'm sure it's lovely for conducting, as long as the band is kilometers away. On one occasion, I was out and about with this thing, and I had the misfortune to run into a marching band. I was trapped up in a high place for hours. They had to bring someone to get me down. Something so music-sensitive could be useful, perhaps. So I thought to bring it to the academy. Chaps here know a thing or two about magic. Or maybe they could fix the bloody thing. That would be nice. What? Blimey! Oi, could you please stop that? Blasted thing, enough already. Okay, I thought maybe he'd give it to me, but no. Just when I thought I got out of college and paid off my debt, here I am, back again. Ah, it's you from the boat. Are you a student here? I'm winking, of course, because I know you are not. If you have come to learn about magic, well, while I admire the pursuit of the knowledge, there is not much you can do with it. You are not a witch, correct? Unless you are born with the gift. Why are some born with magic and some not? The answer is not clear to us yet. That's the primary subject of my research here. Something something destiny, something something divine intervention, something something plot MacGuffin, something something. That's why. Oh. Sorry if I didn't notice you just now. I'm working on my thesis. Just going back and forth from my room to the library. Day and night. Forever. And I forget how to talk like a normal person. I'm studying different kinds of magic. Different individuals produce different magics, even when they attempt the same thing. But now I'm freaking out because there's no reason I can find for why that is. It won't make for a very compelling presentation. The academy is so important to me. I grew up always thinking I'd study here, dreaming about it. And now that I'm here, I wanted to create the most groundbreaking thesis. Really discover something. But it's easier said than done. Now I just hope I can graduate. That is a mood. That is a mood. Everyone goes into college thinking they're hot shit, and then they remember, oh right, I'm just a normal person. Kendra. Sis? Kendra! Am I seeing things? How? What are you doing in the mirror? I need your help, Can. I need to talk to Mom. Oh gosh, Hal. She's been worried sick about you. We all have. What happened to you? I died, Can. I know that, but how? An accident. An accident? That's all I get? Everything's always a secret from me. They didn't even tell me when you vanished, Hal. I'm not a baby anymore. I'm sorry, Can, but I can't talk about it now. What do you need? I'm tied down to this body. Hi, by the way. I'm a bard. but we don't have access to magic. So how can we get into the palace? No magic. Wait a second. Did you say you're a singer? What? Oh! That's right! What? I was just studying this in class. It's a little known fact that magic is actually just advanced music. How convenient! How convenient! What? And way back, we used to use songs to do magic. Found it. Try singing this. So I have magic powers based. It worked. It worked? I can do magic? Sort of. Singing is primitive compared to real magic, but these crystals are extra magic sensitive, so they'll respond to you. That's the only example song in the book. I wish I could be more help. I bet Amaris would know tons more spell songs. Oh no, not her. Who? Our older sister. She's headmaster of this whole school, and yeah, pain to deal with. I don't want to see her. I don't think she wants to be seen by anybody. She's been hiding at the top of her tower for weeks. There's also Badria. I can mark where she lives for you, Hal. Maybe she can help too. That's a much better idea. Thank you, Can. I wanted to give you a hug just now, but I guess you're just a ghost in a mirror. I love you, Hal. Love you too, sis. That's sad. Imagine your sibling or your close relative, loved one dies. You think that they're dead and gone. Then 3 weeks later, they show up and they're like, hey, I'm alive, but like, I have to go back to being dead now. Like, that would suck. You know the story about the goddess Ea creating the universe with song and all that, right? According to this book, since the universe is fundamentally just music, we discovered we could use music to manipulate it, and that's what evolved into magic. It sounds pretty crazy, but it does work, so I guess it's true. I wish I could just I can't speak. I wish I could just take you to the palace myself, but you have to cast a spell yourself to get in. Write it down on your map so you don't forget it. I don't know what to do now. I have so many exams. I was keeping so busy. I'd managed to stop thinking about what happened, but now it's all coming back in such a rush. Oh, Hal. Whoever you are, please take good care of Hal. All my sisters are too old and stuck up to be my friends. Except Hal. She was the best. She's a good person. I might start crying soon. I don't want you to be here for that. Yeah, understandable. I'll leave. That reminds me, one time I was working a job and I got the news that my dog had passed away while I was at work. And only half the day was up. So I just kind of had to sit there acknowledging the fact that my dog, like, knowing my dog was gone. My friend I'd known for like more than a decade was just gone, and I just had to deal with it. And yeah, no one at the company had any sympathy. No one really cared. They were like, oh, I'm sorry that happened. That sucks. And they just went about their day. I don't know, it just felt really cold. You recently lost your dog. Oh my god. I'm sorry to hear that, Andy. It's rough. It's not easy. Are you one of my students? Of course not. If you were, you'd never forget me. Take magical engineering sometime. You'll love it. That sounds sick. It was a few months ago. She lived to 15. That's a good old ripe age. I think mine lived to be about 13. The thing was that the dog was, she belonged to my grandmother. And, my grandmother died about 2 or 3 years after she got my dog. And so we took the dog as our own dog. And we took care of that dog for 10 years. And that dog was so dumb. Like, he would purposely, like, eat everything in his path, even if it was detrimental. He constantly had to get surgeries because he just destroyed his gut. with, like, the stuff he ate. He was the golden boy. We spent so much money on his surgeries. But then eventually he just got so sick that there was nothing we could do about it anymore, and we had to let him go, and it was rough. It's not easy to lose a pet. It's like losing a family member. I'm rather like a bear. I'm fairly placid until provoked, and I like to hibernate 3 months of the year. That's probably as far as the analogy goes. I don't make a habit of scratching my rear end on trees. The administration would frown on that, even with my tenure. Yeah, understandable. My students are brilliant. They're building a device to go up into space. Why? Who knows? Maybe they'll poke Aya herself in the eye. I wonder if that's what, like, people, like, astronomer, like, what, astronauts, who traveled to the moon thought? Like, the ones who landed on the moon. Like, was there, like, I wonder if for any of them it was almost like a religious or spiritual experience, you know, like landing on a body outside of the Earth in space. That would have been wild. I wonder if there were people who actually thought they might see some kind of alien or some kind of spiritual being outside of Earth. I don't know. That's a weird conversation to have. Miriam. It's insane how little we knew about the moon when they landed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, we knew like barely any, like, compared to now, we knew next to nothing. I mean, like, the stars and the planets and the cosmos were so integral to, like, countless world beliefs. You know, like, I can't help but wonder if, like, there was, like, you know, people who thought going to it, like, there would be some kind of, like, great theological or spiritual meaning to it. Some, like, higher knowledge they could obtain out there. Which there was, but I don't know if it was in that sense. Some theories were that they would literally sink into it, like the moon was made out of powder or dust. Really? I'd never heard of that one. I'd never heard that. I mean, they're not wrong. The sand, the dust on the moon is really weirdly soft, isn't it? But I don't think you sink into it. You got a broom! Yeah, I had to do a bunch of pointless side quests, but I got one of those cheap shop brooms. It's not exactly good. Going more than a couple feet off the ground is pretty terrifying. I'm trying to get used to it. Well, that's okay. Guess what? What? I learned how to do magic. What? Singing can do magic. And not just, like, the magic of friendship, but real magic, like spells that do things. That's great. Well, I'm in no shape to take a passenger yet, so I guess keep doing your thing. Figure out how to get into the castle. I'll learn how to fly this thing. And then we can join forces. This is embarrassing. I only ever flew my grandma's broom. Everyone here makes it look so easy, and I look like an idiot. I guess now I'm just the failure witch, who can't even do basic witch things. It's okay. I can't fly brooms either. Yeah, but you aren't a witch. So this is a witch academy. I never thought there'd be a school just for magic. It seems so boring to study. What? Magic is cool, Miriam. Yeah, of course it is. So why would you study it? Magic is all about doing cool things. Reading about it seems like a waste. The moon is super dusty. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I wonder, okay, like, obviously there's no way we could do it. But I can't help but wonder if they somehow managed to get like a super big drill onto the moon and they just dug straight down into the moon, what we would find if we just dug into the core, into the like surface of the moon and just kept digging for as long as possible. Imagine if we dug so deep into the moon that, like, it just opened up into, like, a giant, like, cavernous area that just had, like, living things inside of it. Like, obviously, that's BS. Like, I know the science. Like, it wouldn't be real. But that'd be cool as hell. It'd just be crust and rock. Then eventually a molten core. Well, I mean, even then, like, there would have to be some cool things to learn, right? Like, what makes up the planet itself, like, on a more detailed level. Or who knows, maybe there's some kind of, like, minerals or elements on the moon that we don't have on Earth that we discover by doing that. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. Look, man, I'm used to playing video games. My first thought when thinking we're going to space is, alright, like, so we gotta look around for the side quests and the collectibles, right? It's my first thought. So wait, you can do magic by singing, huh? Sure can. They said magic is advanced music. I always knew music was magical. How is that I did my magic my whole life and I never knew that? It feels so weird. It's like this thing I've had my whole life was keeping secrets from me. Did Grandma Safi know? She never really taught me stuff. We just went outside and did stuff. To me, magic was always a thing that just was. To think it's something with an origin that you can study and understand, it takes the magic out of it. Not sure about new minerals because the moon has a very similar mineral makeup to Earth, considering how it's simply oh, that's right! You're right, I forgot that it's literally a piece of it's literally just chunks of the Earth that, like, fell off and coalesced into its own body, isn't it? Yeah. I forgot about that. Listen, I want to believe there's something really cool and magical and sci-fi living on the moon. Or not living necessarily, but there's something really cool and special up there. I want to believe. Even if magic is made of music, that doesn't really take the mystery out of it. Music is an even bigger mystery, Miriam. What? No, it isn't. Music is just, like, notes. Like ABC that you can count and put in order. What? Oh my gosh, Miriam. That isn't even close. Music is so much more than that. Trust me, I'm a pro. Music is sounds and vibrations. It's the way the whole universe moves. Nobody can understand all of it. Well, that's not really what magic is to me, but I guess it sounds better than just notes. I think that's okay. The other thing is, it can be whatever you want it to be. Sure. But I don't know why you'd want to study it, because learning is fun. Okay. Guess she's not really the learning type. Oh, I don't go here. I was just stopping by to deliver my boyfriend some dinner. I'm an awesome, supportive girlfriend. He's studying hard night and day. When you fall into that, it's easy to forget things. Like eating. That's nice. That's real nice. Good for them. I hope they're happy together. He'd never forget me, though. He'll become a grand witch and we'll get married. Yes, it's a total dream life. These days are the tough ones. He's in school and I'm busy with work. We hardly see each other now. But it will be better in the end. Sometimes I worry that the war will reach us here, and he'll be called to battle as a grand witch. Our perfect life would be short-lived. All I can do is hope, and keep telling strangers about all my worries. Sorry if that's awkward. I have a lot on my mind. Best of luck. 'Cause you're getting invaded tomorrow! Whenever I'm lost in Mohabumi, I always remember the 3 Ds. Down, does, D. Open the map. Wait, that's not very memorable. Wait, how do I open the map again? Oh no. What button opens the map? Was it left, up, X? This is terrible. I wrote notes for all my favorite spell songs on it too. Alright, bro, gotta get some sleep. Alright, man, you take care. Get some rest. Just wanted to pop in here because I saw you streaming. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Good night. Best of luck with work, my man. It's easy to get lost in Mohabumi, especially if you're walking on the ceilings and walls. Sometimes I forget which way is up and which is down. Wait, down, that's it! Does open the map. I guess it was pretty memorable after all. Yeah, pretty memorable. I can't talk. I can't talk. I can finally explore the rest of the market. There's a lot here. Mostly crap. I guess this is what witches like, though? I was checking out this candy. It's really weird. Safi never made stuff like this. All this candy is made from stuff around here. You'd never see this back in Delphi. There's this one familiar flavor, though. It's kind of like this wild mushroom we used to pick. It grew under the trees in Delphi. She would cook it into everything. I don't think it's exactly the same, but the taste really reminds me of those mushrooms. I wonder if she was trying to mimic this. I wonder if Safi ever lived here. She'd never told me about it if she did. I never even asked her where she came from. I wish I had. I like to think she was here once, or maybe she grew up here. I don't know why, but I like to think that. Cool, all these bounce pads are open to us now. Interested in some candy, sweetie? They're all homemade from family recipes passed down through generations of witches. I like candy. Of course you do. Try some of my dried worm guts. Could I have candy? What? That is candy. My worm guts are the best in Mohaboomi. Try. That's okay. If not the worm guts, how about my pickled bug horns? Do witches really eat these things? We love these things. Try. It's such a waste to come to Mohaboomi and not even taste our candy. Just try one thing. I insist. Fine. Oh, that's really tasty, actually. Didn't I tell you? That's a very popular one. Sweet, crunchy bat flakes. Would you like to take some? Nah, I'm okay. Hey man, if it tastes good, it's safe to eat. Witches are the most fake, boring, annoying people on the planet. If you ask me, I am not really proud to be one of them. And we're born with such strange hair colors. Pink, green, cyan? Blech. I like normal human hair colors. I guess it's obvious from my hair now. I don't really get why there's a war going on. Like, what's wrong with Rule? Did they do something? They seem cool to me. What do I know? I want to move out of here when I get older. Definitely not go to the academy. I'd go across the ocean. Or I'd go to Ruel, even. Starting a new life in a strange new place. That sounds almost kind of exciting. Oh, wait, this is back out. Okay. Nope, not this way. My great-great-grandma started the whole war with Ruel. It's true, really. A long time ago, she was in Xiaxian, and she saw one of those animals. What do they call them? Quinn? It was a beautiful bird, I think, and she decided to keep it. But later she found out it was the prince's Quinn. When it went missing, he panicked. They thought it was kidnapped by spies. Yep, so they started the war over it. You know, it was crazy, because the Quinn liked my great-great-grandma way better. The prince was, like, really mean to it. It was embarrassing for Ruel. So they kept the real reason for the war a secret, but it was my great-great-grandma. Yep, rest in peace. My whole family is crazy. We used to live in the Mohaboomi castle, yep. When I was a kid, it was my job to brush the queen's hair. I had to do it every day, even though I was so young. My dad was, like, a political advisor to her, so he knew, like, all her secrets. But he knew too much, yep. One day he found out something he wasn't supposed to, so the queen killed him. Yeah, it was so sad. We had to leave the castle forever. I never found out the secret that got him killed, but I think it was about one of the princesses. Yep, they're always doing illegal stuff. They can get away with anything because they're royalty. When I was young, everyone said I was a prodigy, like with magic. I studied in the castle with the princess. They were all jealous of me though because I was so talented. I tried for the academy when I was still a kid, took the entrance exams and everything. The proctor told me my exam was flawless too when I handed it in. But then later, when I got the official results, my score was terrible. But then I looked at my answers on my exam and it wasn't even my handwriting. They switched my exam on purpose. Yep. It was totally corrupt. The queen bought my score for one of the princesses. I guess she wasn't too smart either, based on her exams. So I never got into the academy. Crazy, huh? I don't know how true all of that is, but... Okay, how do I move forward here? What time is... Oh, okay. You know what? We've been going for a good while. I think I'm gonna call it here today, because I thought we would be done with the... I thought each level, each chapter was like 2-ish hours, but this one seems to be going really long. So, I think I'm gonna call it here for tonight, and then next time we stream won't be Wandersong. The next time we stream Wandersong, we'll get back to it and finish this up, and maybe see if we can finish the next chapter too. So yeah, alright guys, thanks so much for hanging out. If you enjoyed yourself, had a good time, if you're not already, please feel free to follow me here on Twitch. It means a lot to me. I'm trying to get to affiliate. I'm almost there. I just gotta raise that viewership number. And if you feel like following me on Twitter for updates on streams, or if you want to follow me on YouTube where I upload every stream VOD, feel free to do so. Well, that's all it for today, so thanks so much for hanging out with me, guys. This has been your boy Titus, signing out. Remember to be good to yourself and others. As always, peace. Bye.